Hi all, the next type of the question which you'll come across in your exams is terms of filling the blanks, right? So they'll give you 4 answer choices. You have to select the one which is right. Again, keep all the rules in your mind which we have done till now related to your nouns, pronouns, verbs, subject-verb agreement. We have also done along with the subject-verb agreement, noun-pronoun agreement or pronoun-pronoun agreement. Then we have done tenses. Everything you have to keep it in mind while doing these questions. Like, let's move ahead to the next question. Only one of the boys not done the homework given yesterday. So the word yesterday tells me that the sentence is in the past, right? Now, who has not done the homework? Of the boys is a prepositional phrase. One is my subject, singular subject, right? Now, have is plural. Can and could are not. So, they are talking about the possibilities. Had is in the past tense. So, my answer is B. Fine. So, let's move ahead to the next question. Yeah, it is time we dash with determination. Now there is a phrase, it is time. So we know that when it is time or it is high time, etc. What we do, we use the simple past tense, right? So act is in the present tense. Have acted and will acted are also not in the simple past. The simple past is only acted. So B is your right answer. When the thief entered the house, the inmates dash in the hall. So, when is a time clause? So, in that the past tense is given that entered. So, there is one action when 2 actions are happening at that time. The first action will be in the simple past, the other one will be in the past continuous. So, it should be were sleeping, slept, were slept, had been sleeping is the wrong answer. So, we have the correct answer as A. Next question. The thief explained how he dashed from jail. So now 2 actions are happened in the past, right? So the first action will be in the past perfect and the second one will be simple past. So here the first action is given over here and this is the second action which is in the simple past. So we need a past perfect over here. It should be had escaped. Escapes is the simple present, simple past. Right, present perfect we don't need, we need the past perfect, right? So B is the right answer. They did not know where they dashed from. Now here this is also is in the past tense. It tells me that the sentence is in the past. So the first action should be in the past perfect and the second one in the simple past. So this is fine. We need a past perfect had come. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. Madhu has not been able to recall where dash. So here in this, Madhu has not been able to. So has not been able to is the present perfect. So here we need the simple past where she lived. So here it should be B. Get rid of A, D, C and D. Next one. When he died, Ramanujan dashed behind 3 notebooks. So, there are 2 actions in the past. The first action is this. The second one is this. This is in the simple past. We need a past perfect. Had left. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. All the applicants dashed and the results will be announced next week. So, results will be announced. So, this is something in the future which is going to happen. Right? So this is in the future. In the previous thing, something has to finish. And then once this has to be finished, then something will be done. So something has to finish first. And that too has to finish in the recent past. So we need the present perfect, right? So all the applicants are to be ranked. So C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Tourists always enjoyed the setting sun in the Darjeeling Hills. The setting is in the ing form. So enjoyed watching the setting sun. So B is the right answer. Get rid of A, C and D. Next. Ramappa dash as the mayor of the town and he will assume charges this Friday. So the action has already been done. right? And recently the action is completed in the recent past. So we need the present perfect tense. It should be has been elected. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. Just as in family, it is the willing cooperation of its members that happiness and contentment, so is it in a larger family of the nation. So we need a simple present tense over here. Members bring, right? So it should be bring is the right answer. Will bring, bought all are wrong. Next one. The old man could not remember where he dashed his money. Now, could not remember, two actions in the past. This is the second action. So the first action was the money depositing. So it should be past perfect. Should be had, should be there. So had deposited. C is the right answer. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. Hamid dashed in Mumbai for 3 years when his parents came to visit. So for 3 years, this is talking about the time, right? So at that time we need the present perfect continuous. We need the present perfect continuous tense. So it should be had been living over here. Get rid of A, C, B and C. 2 years have passed since he dashed here. So after since we use the simple past, right? So he dashed here. He came here. Get rid of A, B and D. Next, will those of you who have objections to this proposal put up your hands please. So now, will those of you. So they are talking about who have objections. So present is there. You have proposals being discussed. So we are talking about the proposal to this proposal being discussed. So the discussion is already been done. So we need the being discussed. Continuously the discussion has happened. So we need being discussed. Get rid of A, C and D. She had frequent toothaches. So she decided to. We need the present perfect tense over here. So she had in the past so now she has decided to have her teeth removed, right? So we need the present perfect tense. So remove her teeth is wrong. This is also wrong. C is the right answer. Get rid of this. The mechanic dashed the vehicle since this morning. So here since this morning tells me about the time frame, right? Starting of the time. So we need the present perfect continuous. So we need present perfect continuous tense. So it should be repaired, repairing, has been repairing will be the right answer. Next one. If I had worked here, I dashed very high marks in the examination. So you're talking about the future possibility. Something, the possibility is there. So it should be would have scored. So in the future tense, in the possibility or the hypothetical situation, we always use would have. So the only answer choice which has got would have is D. Get rid of A, B and C. Next one. I got used dash on the right when I was in the US for 2 years. Now I got used to something, right? There is a phrase we always say to with the used. So we can get rid of A and D. Now we used to drive or used to driving. Continuous tense we need, so it should be used to driving. Get rid of B also. Yeah, so let's move ahead to the next question. There will be rush for seats when the train dash. Now, they're talking about something which will happen in the future, right? So, there will be rush. They are predicting something, right? So, it will be there in the future. But when is a clause where always the present tense will come? In the time clause, we'll never use the future tense. In the time clause, we use only the
present tense, right? So in time clause we use present tense. So when the train has to be, the verb should be there in the present tense. So will arrive is in the future tense, we can get rid of it. Arrived is the past, is arrived is a present continuous. We need the simple present. So it should be always simple present. Remember that also, right? So arrives is the right answer. Next one. By the time I reach America, dash it dash morning. So you're talking about by the time, right? So by the time, in the time clause, the simple present tense is there. This is fine, right? So obviously filling the blanks, we know that it is fine. So the next one, it is in the future, right? So the next clause will be in the future tense. So it will have become morning. It should be the future perfect tense over here, because the action would have already been completed. So will have become morning. So get rid of is, must and was. Moreover, you know that there's only one answer choice which is in the future. So it makes your life more easier, even if you don't know the future perfect has to be though. But if you know only this much that the thing should be in the future, still you can get the answer B, right? She feared that she dash, right? So she feared. Something has been happened in the past, right? Now she is thinking about some possibility. So when we talk about the possibility, we use may, right? So here we are talking about possibility. So in that case, we can get rid of A, C and D. B is our right answer. Next one. I was washing my face as the insect dashed quietly into the bedroom. So you are talking about something which was happening at that time, right? Here it is the past continuous tense. So what we know about the past continuous tense, it will happen when the other action would have happened in the past, right? Simultaneously two actions will be there. So one will be in the past continuous, the other one should be in the simple past. So keeping that rule in mind, past continuous is already there. We need a simple past. A simple past, which one is in the simple past? Only A. So get rid of B, C and D. Remember rules, it will help you to get the answer correct. During the recent floods, 2/3 of our country dash in ruins. So this during tells us that action has already happened, right? The action is in the past. So during past, what has happened to 2/3 of our country? It was in ruins. So we need in the past only. So the only verb which is there in the past are were and was. We can get rid of A and C. Now our 2/3 is, we are talking about singular, right? We use it as a singular. So when we use it as a singular, we use was. We don't use were, because we are using it as a single unit, right? Next one. I have dashed Lakshmi for the past 12 years. So for the past 12 years helps me to know that what it has to be in the present perfect tense. So perfect tense may we use the third form of the verb. So which is in the third form? Known. Get rid of A, B and D. Remember the rules, it will help you to solve the questions correctly. The engineers dashed this bridge since last year. So here, since last year, tell me that the perfect tense has to be used. So which answer choice has got the perfect tense? Have been repairing. So that means continuously, though it should be present perfect continuous. So we need a present perfect continuous tense over here. Get rid of A, C and D. Next one. If I had helped him, he dash. So if clause may, we are talking about something which has not yet happened, right? But would have happened. So in that case, we always use would have, right? So the only answer choice would have is this D. So get rid of A, B and C. Next one. The housewife dash cakes burning and ran to switch off the oven. So the action has already happened, right? So she smells, smelt or smelling. What should be there? Tell me. The action has already happened. This is in the past. We are talking about the series of events in the past. So everything should be in the simple past. The only answer choice which is in the past tense is C. Get rid of A, B and D. Next one. If you had followed the rules, you dash qualified. So we again need would have over here because the if is there. So we need would have. The only answer choice which has got would have is D. So we will get rid of B, C, A, B and C. Next one, the farmers dash their farms if they had known that a thunderstorm was approaching. So the farmers, again you have the if clause. With the if, we are talking about something in the future, we will have the would have. The only answer choice which have got would have left is D. We will get rid of A, B and C. Rules are very important. Did you hear the president's speech? So this is in the question format. We need the interrogative structure. In this, we need the structure is what? We need the helping verb. HV is helping verb, right? So we need the helping verb, then we'll have the subject and then the verb, main verb should be there. So which helping verb? Have you here? No. Has? No. Had? No. Did is used to ask the question. So to ask the question we use did. So did you hear the president's speech? D is the right answer. Next one, I dashed to the movies with some friends last night. So the word phrase over here, it says last night helps me to know that the sentence is in the past. So we need the verb which is in the past tense. So have gone and went are the two in the past tense. Now am gone is wrong perfectly. Am going is wrong because they are in the present tense and this is perfectly wrong only, right? So have gone. So I have gone to the movies with some. No. So the action has happened last night only, right? So it cannot be have gone, right? Have gone is in the present perfect tense. Have gone is the present perfect. Do we need the present perfect tense? No. So we need the past tense. The only answer choice which is in the past tense is B. Next one. If I dash a doctor, I would serve the poor. So in the if clause, we always use the hypothetical situation. We always use were. Was is wrong, were is correct. So am, had been, was wrong. So the right answer is were C. The plane will take off when the thunderstorm that. So will take off is in the future. Right? So something which will happen when something this. So in the future tense, the next clause, time clause, when is there, right? So in the time clause, when we use the simple present tense. So when the simple present tense is needed, we need the stops over here. So the correct answer is A. Get rid of B, C and D. Next, when the doctor dashed, the patient was already. So dual blanks are coming, right? So you have to see both the answers. You cannot have. See here, the strategy will be something like if one is right, the other one also should be right. It cannot be one right and the other wrong. So when the doctor, so in the doctor thing, when the doctor arrived, so the doctor time clause is there. We cannot use the future tense, right? So when the doctor arrived, the patient was already there. So was means it is already in the past. So here also I need the past, right? So which one? Dead, dead, dying are in the continuous tense. We don't need. So arrived and died. So A is the right answer. It's pretty simple. Don't get confused over here. If you litter, you dash to pay a fine. So if clause is there, right? So in the if clause, the second clause will have the future may what you have to do, right? So it will always be the future perfect. So would have, right? So it should be B is the right answer. You can get rid of A, C and D.
Yeah, so the next question is, if you litter, you dash to pay a fine. So if it is a if clause, you will have to pay a fine. So it's a future tense we will use and it will be will have to be. So it is a surety. So it will be will have. We'll get rid of B, C and D. A is the right answer. The lifeguard would not let the children dash at the deep end of the pool.
So would not let. So this is talking about the like something possibility. The children swim at the, would not let the children swim. We need the, children is the plural of subject. So we need the plural form of the verb in the present tense only over here. So it should be swim. So get rid of A, C and D. Next question. The audience watched the clowns dash. So the audience watched what? The clowns what? The clowns perform, right? So we will go for a picnic if the weather dash good. If the if clause is there, we can use the present tense over here. So was, has been, had been. So it should be simple present. We shall go for a picnic if the weather is good, right? So A is the right answer. I dash hard to establish the validity of the theory since morning. So again, since is given. So it means it has to be present perfect tense. We need the present perfect over here. So present perfect continuous tense will be, present perfect is only in A. So it should be present perfect continuous. I have been trying hard to establish. So look at the clues given in the question and then try to get up the answers. I know that since morning is there, so I have to use the present perfect tense. So when I know present perfect, rest all of them are not in the present perfect. The only one is A. So with that I get to know it has to be present perfect continuous. Next one. I wish I dash her to clean the room. So I wish to clean the room. So you wish you something which has happened in the past, right? So we need a past over here. So when you need a past over here, the only answer choices which are in the past are C and D. So with I asked her to clean will not go. I wish. That means I wish I would have asked, right? So it should be had asked over here. Get rid of C also. Next one. Simpson dash very polite at the moment. So at this moment means at right now he is polite, right? So we need the present over here because he wants to make a good impression. So we need the present tense. Was being is wrong. Has been is wrong. Is behaving very polite? No. So polite itself is a behavior. So the word behaving will not go with that. So is being is the right answer. So D is the right answer. Next one. Had I saved money, I dash a new car. So you're talking about something which has not happened, right? So you would have past possibility. Right, so you need the past possibility. It should be will not be there, purchase will not be there. So in that the possibility may you use always would have. So it should be C, right? Would have purchased. Next one, he told me that he dashed the movie. So he told me. There are two actions which are happening in the past. The second one should be in the simple past, whereas the first should be in the past perfect. So when there are two incidents which are mentioned in the past, the first one should be in the past perfect. So the past perfect is what? Is finished? No. Was finished? No. Had finished is in the past perfect. C is the right answer. Get rid of D also. The railway coach is dashed by the integral coach factory, Chennai. Now there are something is manufactured or are manufactured. So we need the plural form of, because what are manufactured? Coaches. Coaches is the plural subject. So we need the plural form of the verb. The first thing is this. Is in the singular. We get rid of. Is being is also singular. So now you have to decide between are manufactured or are manufactured. So the coaches are manufactured. No, it cannot be. We need are manufactured. B is the right answer. Get rid of C. Next one. Car broke down and we dash get a taxi. So again the two actions are mentioned in the past, two incidents, right? So the first incident should be in the past perfect, whereas the second one should be in the simple past. Our blank is mentioning the first action, broke is the second action. So we need the past perfect. So we need had over here. So only answer choice which we had over here is were is no, are. It has to be had to get a taxi. Get rid of D also. So C is the right answer. He said I dash use his car whenever I wanted. So he's talking about the possibility. So it should be could. I could use his car. Can, will and would will not be there. A is the right answer. While he was working at the site, a block of wood suddenly dashed his right shoulder. So he was working is the past continuous tense over here. What's the rule which we know? When the past continuous tense will be there, two actions will be mentioned in the past. Right? Simultaneously, when whatever the action is in the past continuous, the second verb should be in the simple past. So simple past is what? Only hit. Was hitted, was hit, had hit, all are wrong. So only answer choice which is correct is D, hit, which is in the simple past. In the tragic incident, none of the 45 passengers dash. So in the tragic incident, that means the action has already taken place. With the help of this, we know that the sentence is in the past and we are just mentioning something which is in the past. So we have to use the simple past tense. So which answer choice is in the simple past tense? Only survived. So we will get rid of A, B and D. We will mark C as the right answer. Next one. I asked him for some paper, but he dashed. So there are two actions which are happening in the past over here. Right? So two actions, two different timelines, two different incidents. The second one should be in the simple past, whereas the first one should be in the past perfect. So let's have a look at the question. Asked is the second action, right? Whereas the first action is in the blank, we need a past perfect. So past perfect means what we know, we need the had plus the third form of the verb. So the only answer choices which I've had is B and D don't have. So C and D. So he had not or he had none. So we'll say had none. Not is negative. None means nothing was there. So C is the right answer. We'll get rid of A also. Next one. Did the child dash from the chair? So here the clue is we have did. With the did we need the first form of the verb. With did we use the first form of the verb. This is the rule over here. Right? So the first form of the verb, which answer choice has it? Yeah, fell, no, this is not this is the past tense. Fallen also no, falling also no. The first form of the verb is D, fall. Next one, work hard so that you dash. So work hard, you're talking about the possibility. So possibility, what we use may for the possibility. So the only answer choice which has got will, may is what? Shall, will, may, should. So only answer choice with may, possibility may is C. Get rid of A, B and D. Think about the rules, you will get your answers very quickly. Work hard so that you may get good marks. C is the right answer. Next slide. The officer dashed the car to speak to the driver. So there are again the actions which are mentioned, right? So what the officer has done? So the officer has stopped the car. The action over. So we need a simple past over here. So which answer choice is in the simple past? This is the present tense. We don't need the present perfect. Had stopped is the past perfect. We need the simple present. So this is C, stopped. Next one. Thank God we reached. If there dash jam on the highway, we would have been late for the reception. So again we are talking about the past perfect tense, right? If there had been jam, because that is the first action which has happened in the past. So had been is the past perfect. We'll get rid of B, C and D. If you dashed me up earlier, we would have gone there together. So in the if thing, we would have gone. So that means future possibility is there. So this is something which has happened. So we need a simple past over here in the if clause. So
It should be woke. Remember, were is correct in the if clause, was is wrong. Same way, woke is the simple past tense. Get rid of B, C and D. A is the right answer. Last night, the residents dashed to discuss the occurrence of the theft in the locality. The last night helps me to know that the sentence has to be in the past tense. The action has already been over. So we need the simple past tense over here. So let's see which answer choice is in the simple past tense. Assembled is the simple past. Had is the perfect tense. Have is again the perfect tense. Were is also not there, continuous tense. So we know that the action has already happened. We'll say A, assemble. Last night the residents assembled to discuss the occurrence of the theft in the locality. Next one, the students decided to donate blood after the plight of the injured in the various accidents in the documentary film. Now there is a blank over here, right? There is a typing error. The students decided to donate blood after they dashed the plight of the injured in the various accidents in the documentary film. So here they decided to donate, right? So this a series of action is there. So we need the simple past over here. So it should be after they saw the plight of the injured. So the only answer choice which is there in the simple past is A. We don't need the perfect tense over here. So A is the right answer. Next, the newspaper 7 cases of gruesome crime in the city yesterday. So the word yesterday tells me the sentence is in the past tense and we need the simple past over here. Take the clue from the sentence itself. So now have a look at the answer choices. Which answer choice is in the simple past? Reported is the simple past tense. Has is reported is not simple. Had reported is the perfect tense. Have reported is the present perfect. We need the simple past tense, which is A. Next question. An inquiry committee has been formed as devastating poverty and indebtedness farmers in the country to commit suicide. So has been formed is the present perfect tense, right? So the second action has to be in the simple present tense. So the simple present is what? Force and forces. Now you have to see whether we have the singular subject or the plural subject. An inquiry committee has been formed as devastating poverty and indebtedness. So what has forced the farmers in the country to commit suicide? Two actions, poverty and indebtedness. They are the compound subjects. So we need a plural form of the verb. The plural simple present tense as the force. So here we'll go with D. See here you have the subject verb agreement plus the tense. Both they are testing together. So if your concepts are clear, you can get your answers very easily.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.